Bali isn't just a holiday destination anymore. It's becoming one of the most talked about property markets in the southeast of Asia. And one developer keeps coming up when investors ask me where the smart money is going in Bali real estate. Coco Development Group. I've spent 16 years advertising property across Dubai, Saudi Arabia, and now Bali. So today I want to walk you through exactly what Coco is building, the projected ROI, and whether it's good for your investment portfolio. Before we get straight into it, if you want the full investment breakdown with these Bali investment opportunities, including unit types, ownership structure, and the projected yield, I've put together an investment guide. The link is in the description below, and grab it now so you can follow along. My name's Naveed, and also known as the Expat Guru. Bali's tourism numbers have recovered well since pre-2020 levels, and the government has been actively courting long-stay visitors and remote workers with extended visa options. That's shifted demand away from the short-term villa rentals toward the branded professional managed resort residences, which is the exact space that the Coco Development Group has built its entire portfolio around. What separates Coco from a lot of the smaller Bali developers is simply scale and consistency. They're not running one boutique project. They've got 4 distinct developments in Canggu, Uluwatu, each targeting a different buyer profile, but all the operating is under the same management philosophy. And the projected annual rental yields in these areas is between 12 and 17% based on net operating models. I'd treat that top end as the ceiling, not the guarantee. Some independent listing platforms quote a more conservative 8 to 10% for the same project, so the real number can depend on the unit, the occupancy through the season. Azoria sits in a jungle canopy set in Kaba, just minutes away from Canggu, and it's built around the wellness and eco-tourism buyer. Think yoga retreats, digital nomads, and travelers who want to immerse rather than have a standard beach resort. 41 jungle apartments across 7 cascading levels, an open air cinema, ice bath, sauna, 2 infinity pools. For investors, the appeal here is the rental demand portfolio. Wellness tourism trends to book longer stays, which really supports the more stable occupancy than a typical short stay villa. Coco completed their sister project, Coco Residential, running a 84% average occupancy, which is the kind of the benchmark I'd want to see before trusting any yield. Azoria Living, Uluwatu. Azoria Living is Bali's first paddle and wellness resort in Uluwatu. 285 residences built around paddle courts and wellness centres and co-working spaces. The idea is that the community amenities, not just the pool, are what all of the tenants really desire. It's also the project with the most detailed published numbers, every level pricing, position for first-time investors, and projected rental yields. The developer quotes 12 to 17% under their net operating income model against roughly a 70 to 80% occupancy target. Now there's Coco Hills Resort, Bingin. Coco Hills sits in the hills of Bingin, Uluwatu. 95 units, a resort-style amenity packaged and elevated view, oriented with more traditional resort-style investment. Pool villas and resort facilities aimed at the classical Bali holiday rental market. Coco Lifestyle Residence is more accessible as an entry point in the portfolio. 14 one-bedroom apartments in Canggu with rice field views, co-working spaces, a rooftop jacuzzi, and it's a good option if you're building that multi-unit Bali portfolio rather than committing to one large-scale purchase. Baliness is the management model. Here's the part that really matters for most of you treating this as an investment rather than a lifestyle purchase. All of Coco Development Group's projects are run under Coco Baliness management structure, a single centralized operating, handling all of the bookings, the guest experience, leasing, and the quarterly payouts across the portfolio, rather than the owners self-managing or piecing together local agents. This is the same principle I tell every client to look for in a hands-off investment opportunity that's overseas. Professional management is what actually protects your yield, not the render on the brochure. I'd still push to get the current occupancy and the payout data directly before committing. Projected ROI and released ROI are two different conversations, and I go through both in the free guide. If any of these four, Amazonia Jungle Resort, Astoria Living, Coco Hills, or Coco Lifestyle Residence, sounds like they'll fit into what you're trying to build in your investment portfolio, the next step is to have a conversation, not a DM back and forth. Comment the word Bali and I will send you our free Bali investment guide. The link is in the bio, and we can also book a free short consultation to work out which one of these actually fits your goals. 16 years advising on property across 3 different continents has taught me one thing: the management model matters, and more than projected percentages on a slide. Coco built something structured. Go check the guide, do your own due diligence on the numbers, and I will see you on the next one.